what globalization is, which is the interconnectedness between economies. We talked about the impacts of globalization, the positive impact of globalization. Globalization brings about employment. Globalization brings about economic growth. Globalization improves the standard of living. These are what globalization will do. Globalization would increase our wealth. So what are the negative impacts of globalization? That is what we want to talk about today. The first one, widens the gap between the rich and the poor. With globalization, there's always going to be inequality. I want to talk about inequality. The rich gets richer and the poor gets poorer. Why is it so in globalization? It is so in globalization because with globalization, the most skilled workers, the most skilled businesses make more money because they are able to charge premium prices. No, you can't because you just came in now. And you should have done that before now. No. Can you just keep quiet? Hello? You keep quiet. You don't talk about that anymore. Whatever you have to do, it's after the class. In as much as you are in here.
No, mister, it's والله important. والله important.
Go.
Ask Mr.
With you? Okay. Please sit down properly. Thank you. You see?
I'm telling you, this is good.
I don't know why you want to skip class. What for?
Boring.
It's boring.
Yes.
Don't worry. I know it's boring, yes, I know.
Yes, but you know you have to make it fun. Yes.
Yeah, like I should be jumping around. What kind of activity? You know what I know? I get to understand you students. What you want is ABC and gist around, talk around. Please, I want to teach.
Okay, teach.
Because this is what I'm being paid for, to provide information to the students. Now we have to start. Yeah. Sit down properly, please. Are you really kidding me right now? We're on global. Please stop writing. Please stop writing.
I'm done.
Please stop. I'm going to tell you something first, and you do like if you don't hear what I'm saying. Then I have to scream at you before you stop. Then you tell me you're a girl. But the girl should listen first. Now I want to explain, and we'll keep quiet, please. We continue with globalization. In the previous class, we talked about the positive impact of globalization. So today, we want to go about the negative impacts of globalization. So what are the negative impacts of globalization? The first one, it widens the gap between the rich and the poor. When we talk about globalization widening the gap between the rich and the poor, it simply means that with globalization, the rich becomes richer and the poor becomes poorer. Why? The main reason on this is that globalization allows us to be able to pay skilled workers, skilled businesses, premium prices. And those that are low skilled, we take them to less developed countries. So globalization allows us to differentiate between the rich and the poor. Globalization allows us to pay the skilled workers more than the low skilled workers. So it simply means skilled workers will continue to earn more, while unskilled workers will continue to earn less. And if they earn less, it simply means the rich becomes richer, the poor becomes poorer. And they are both in the same economy. They're going to buy the same goods and services. But with a low income, when you purchase with low income, your income reduces. But when you are rich, whatever you purchase, it will not reflect in your income. Get the point here? Globalization means that you can earn more, I can earn less, and we can still be in the same country. So your purchasing power increases more than my own purchasing power because you are richer than I do. And the price of goods and services are the same for both of us. Is it making sense or not, please? Yes. The price of goods and services, can you put your head up, please? Am I supposed to remind you that? the price of goods and services are the same in and out, but some people earn more than others. So which simply means there's no equality. Some people would become richer and some will become poorer. Do you understand the gap between the rich and the poor? Do we understand or not, please?
Yes.
Globalization brings about inequality. Inequality in aspect of some people get more money than others, and they are still both in the same economy. They're going to spend on the same goods, they're going to spend on the same service. But some people have more purchasing power than others. So there's no equality. And that means the rich continue to become richer, the poor becomes poorer. Do you understand the first point here, please?
Yes.
The second point, environmental impact. Let's look at what economic growth is. Economic growth simply means output is increasing. So if output is increasing, it is important to understand that as your output is increasing, it brings about environmental damage because we are using up resources. Resource depletion. This is what economic growth will bring about. And remember, one of the factors or one of the positive impacts of globalization is that it leads to economic growth. So if it leads to economic growth will lead to what? Depletion, resource depletion, environmental damage, pollution, deforestation. So whatever we do with globalization, it means people, multinationals will continue to extract our oil, our forests for plants, for tables, for chairs. So it means they will continue to cut down green places, green field. And this brings about global warming. So globalization would ensure that the environment becomes non-safe for people. That's the second point. We get environmental damage or not. Economy and environment are interrelated. So whatever happens to the economy, it has an impact on our environment. People move to Tripoli because people might move from Soman, from Tahuna to Tripoli because in Tripoli there's job opportunity. The lifestyle here is different. So there's urbanization. People are moving from those areas which are rural to this area, and this place becomes what? Congested. Prices of houses become expensive, rent becomes expensive, food becomes expensive because there's a lot of people moving in here. So the people are more than even the resources available. That is what globalization will do. With globalization, people can move in and out of countries. Do we get it, please? Do we understand or not, please? The third one, domestic economy may suffer. When we talk about domestic economy, with globalization, a lot of businesses are able. Please just sit down, please. The third one, domestic economy may suffer. Why would domestic economy suffer? Because one thing is this: globalization allows businesses stand up and stand up immediately. Both of you should stand up. Both of you should stand up and stay to the wall. I told you what I wanted. I was not asking for more than what I'm supposed to ask for as a teacher. No, don't say nothing anymore. You sit down properly. Sit down properly. It's a classroom. With globalization, domestic firms may suffer. Why will they suffer? They will suffer because globalization allows in and out. It allows foreign direct investment. It allows multinational companies to come into the country. So if multinational companies come to Libya, they're going to compete with domestic firms in Libya. So whatever they're bringing in there, it's already in Libya. So it is difficult for domestic firms because one of the things that multinationals have is sophisticated equipment. They have skilled workers. Libya might not be able to, compete with them. And if Libyan firms or businesses are unable to compete with these multinationals, they might close down. And if they close down, a lot of Libyans will lose their jobs as a result of new businesses coming in. And another thing is this: for multinationals, whatever profit they make, they're not going to put it in Libyan economy. They take it back to their country, repatriation. They're coming here to make money. Whatever they make, they take it back to their hometown or to their home country. So that means whatever money they make, they're not going to use it to reinvest in Libya. That is a problem of multinational. Do you get the point I'm making here about globalization? Globalization allowed them to come in, to set up here. They make business out of things here. They make profit. The profit they make, part of the profit goes back to their country. Unlike if domestic firms are making, the Libyan businesses are making profit here. If Libyan businesses are making profit, they use it to expand the Libyan market. And if they are able to expand the Libyan market, it simply means a lot of employment opportunity will come for the Libyans. But for multinationals, they have restricted policy about expansion. They won't expand because they want to expand. They will expand because it's strategic for them, it's profitable for them. They don't think about you, they think about the profit they want to make. It's just a reality. Even a Libyan investor, a Libyan entrepreneur in America is going there to make money. He's not going to be there for charity. Do you get the point we're making here? Do we get the point or not, please?
Yes.
So globalization makes domestic firms to suffer because they might not be able to compete with them. And when you lack competition, you are out of the market. The next one, outsourcing. Globalization allows jobs to be taken away from one country and be given to another country. This deprives some people the opportunity they would have had. With globalization, it simply means if Nigeria deals with Libya in terms of oil production, Nigeria might stop dealing with Libya and start dealing with another country like Syria, like Gabon or Turkey or Spain, because there's globalization, which is interconnectedness. But without globalization, if I'm dealing with Libya, Nigeria is dealing with Libya, Nigeria will be stuck with Libya. That means you cannot change. But globalization allows choices for different exportation and importation. So which simply means if Nigerian firms that is dealing with Libya does not want to deal with Libya anymore, they start dealing with other countries, it simply means those firms, it will bring about structural unemployment. Structural unemployment. Because those firms are no more dealing with, they are no more dealing with Libya. Employees that are in that firm will lose their job. Because they are in that job based on the fact that Nigerian firm is dealing with the country's firm here. So the point is this, get it clearly. There's what we call derived demand, which is demand for labor. So if a Nigerian firm, a Nigerian business is dealing with a Libyan business, if the Nigerian business stop dealing with Libyan business and start dealing with Spanish business, those that are employed in the Libyan firm will lose their jobs. Yes or no? Can you put your head up, please? And you stand up immediately. You stand.
Why?
You stand because you're sleeping. That's why you stand. You stand, please. You stand. You stand. This is a Nigerian firm. This is a Libyan firm. This is a Spanish firm. Globalization means we stop dealing with Libyan firm. We start dealing with a Nigerian firm. Dealing with the Spanish firm. Dealing with this Spanish firm means those that are working in the Libyan firm will start losing their jobs. So that is what we're talking about here. Outsourcing. Outsourcing means we are taking the job of the Libyans. We are taking the jobs that we've given to the Libyans from them and we're giving it to a Spanish firm. Does it make sense, please? Any question about outsourcing? The next one is lower cost countries. Multinationals have edge mostly because of their financial capability, which means they negotiate with governments of developing countries to lower tax rates and deregulate. Multinational firms, they have financial capability. They have that power because they are financially okay. So they could influence government of developing countries. They could bribe their way through. They could evade tax. They could force the government of countries, mostly developed countries, to reduce their regulations. Get the point here. Multinationals will come to developing countries. Like, African countries, multinationals exploit them. Why? Because multinationals, they have a lot of money. They can influence decisions. So they influence government policies, they influence government so that government would make laws that is favorable to them. And that is what the problem is here. Do we understand or not? Developing countries are different from developed countries. For developed countries, multinationals who cannot influence the government in them. But multinationals, they won't set up in developed countries. They would rather set up in developing countries. Because they know developing countries are countries that can be influenced through their government. They can bribe their way through. They pay low taxes. What? You're not, because you're talking. And I'm standing too. I think it's fair. If it was important for you, while you are sitting, while I'm standing, you should have listened and not talk.